Episode 11. All right. Well, we are now well into the double digits. We have entered the next decade of episodes, and I think now we really have some momentum here, and things are only going to be going up and up and up from here. And I'm telling you, this is the show that you want to be on. If you're watching any other podcast, if you're watching any other kind of nonsense, you want to just put those things away, store it away, and never listen to them again, because this is the only show that you're going to be able to get your information from. This is where you're going to get your news. This is where you're going to get your advice. We may even have some cooking. Look, I got some recipes right here. Boom. Boom. Here we go. Here, let's see. Can you see it? No, you can't see it. Here. You'll see it for like a moment. You ready? You ready? Here it goes. And boom, boom. There you go. So we have the chimichurri episode, and here we go. We're going to have the fact of the day, so you're going to learn something. Argentinian chimichurri is made with chopped fresh parsley, oregano, garlic, olive oil, vinegar, and red pepper flakes. A colorful and flavorful addition. Chimichurri sauce just takes 10 minutes to make. So in 10 minutes, you can have some chimichurri sauce and fresh parsley, oregano, garlic. I should maybe try having some parsley, oregano, garlic. So as you know, which you don't, but as you know, I've taken up dancing. Partner dancing, which is a specific kind of dancing because it requires a partner. And generally, I don't have a partner for doing things. Why is the camera... What is this over here that's not getting, what do we got over here, studio? Why is this not getting blurred out? What is that? There we go. So I've taken up partner dancing, things like bachata, things like salsa, and I'm god-awful at it. And I was hesitant to getting into things like dancing, because I'm god-awful at it, and god-awful in the way, in even just kind of the basic of being able to just kind of keep the beat of the song going. And I think I self-sabotage myself at times. I believe that in my mind, I think that I'm going to do either a couple moves or I'm going to do some kind of sequence, but it doesn't really work out. And I either finish it too early or too late, and it just completely throws me off. And then getting back on the musical train of dancing, of where the beat is supposed to be, is easier said than done. So I could imagine that for the partner. Now, here's the thing, and I mean, depending on your views in 2021, this can seem like an antiquated view, but it's one where it's built into the mechanics of what the act is. And now it's not gender specific. And as a matter of fact, I've seen many of the opposite gender complete the role better than others. So what am I saying? So in partner dancing, for partner dancing to work, you need a leader and a follower. If you have two leads, it's not going to work. And if you have two follows, it's not going to work. And I probably said this before on the show, but, you know, I'll do a little refresher for you. So if you have a shitty follow, but a great lead, you could be standing in, you know, at the side of the room watching those people dance, and it'll look like they both know how to dance really well. You could have a great follow, that now where the gender roles kind of come in is that normally the male is in the lead position, the female is in the follow position. Now, that's not a rule. A female could be in the lead position and a male could be in the follow position. A female could be in both positions. A male could be in both positions. It really is just for the mechanics of dancing. Now, for the sake of humanity, for a biological benefit, it makes sense for there to be male, female, lead, follow kind of dynamic. even if the female was the lead and the male was the follow, it would still, I mean, it would be fine if if the female was a good lead. But the idea being biologically, because I mean, what's the end result of all this fucking dancing? Well, for a lot of people, it's to get better at dancing, to have fun while dancing. But as we've covered pretty in depth, look at this hair, look at this, it's just kind of like floating around. But as we've covered in this show, it's not the purpose, the biological purpose for dancing is procreation. Let's just get to it. And the point of that is not, oh, that's what dancing is. That's kind of the point of all of it. Now we've gotten into this show's gotten a little dark. Maybe it's gotten a little cold, a little sad, this show, even though we have the fire continuously raging. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the fire raging here in the studio? I mean, I don't know who's in charge of that back there, but that is just, it's a beautiful studio. We got those lights up there. I mean, this is a really expensive setup that we have. So I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate that. You know, let's give a little round of applause for the studio, and let's give a little round of applause for me, because I believe that I have now become the top commenter on the internet. I think there's, out of all the people who comment things on the internet, I am probably I am the best one. So I am the best commenter, and I'll give you some examples. I'll give you some evidence of why I believe that I am likely the best commenter on the internet, because, you know, there's a lot of people that have a lot of things to say about comments on the internet, and, you know, a lot of people like to get out their rage and their angst and kind of, you know, their frustrations, and they want to put it out on content creators' work. And, you know, just because they were feeling bad and then they saw a piece of content that made them feel a certain way, now they just gotta kind of get some of that vitriol out. And again, another thing that we've covered in other episodes is that I am of the belief that commenting on things on the internet is a total and complete waste of time. But yet, I am the top commenter on the internet. So how can I kind of rationalize this paradox of doing something pointless, but doing it so well that I'm the best in the world at it? So, in the way I kind of rationalize this thing together, that if I am going to comment, if I'm going to do something, it has to be what I think could be one of the best comments of all time. You know, if you're going to comment on something on the internet, at least it should be maybe a little witty, maybe a little cheeky, maybe a little funny, maybe a little insightful, maybe a little bit of foreshadowing of what's to come, you know, a little bit of prophetic of something that's you know, that you're getting some value out of it. And I want to give you one of these examples, because I mean, you're really looking at the LeBron James, the Tiger Woods, the you know, the Michael Jordan, the Tom Brady. I'm using all these kind of sports analogy, you know, like a Barry Bonds of commenting, and not just on YouTube, because I've commented on things on YouTube, but I've now extended my reach to other platforms, and I'm just dominating these platforms. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of proof. So you are watching the best commenter on the internet of all time. So I mean, you know, be grateful for that, because that's happening. But let's open up our little window here, and here we have a little YouTube ad. So here we have a little YouTube video. The video is called "I Am a Tesla Girl." Pretty funny video. Go watch it. By Amanda McCants. Thanks for watching. And what's great about YouTube and the kind of culture and the personalities and the talent that's come out of that is that I really think that all the kind of creators, I'm going to go through some of them, because I actually am legitimate fans, I guess. Fans in the way they've made, if you can make me laugh, you've got my vote. So on this video, you can see here, I like this video, 63, I added to the 6,300, so I'm doing my little contribution there. You know, these are very important things for society. Now, where are the comments? Where are the comments? What is this? Why are there no comments? What is happening here? Here we go. So now look at this. So we have, and now I actually want to see, let's go open this up in an incognito window. Let's open this up. Let's change this. Let's go to the incognito window. Let's just see if I'm not in my account. What does that do? So if we go to the video, yep, we got that ad. And now let's go down to the comments. Show me the comments. Boom. Nice. Okay, so here we go. Like I said, best commenter on the internet, the Rick Troutner from the Rick Troutner Show. You're welcome, internet. So here we have, now this is a classic comment. So this is comment review. Welcome to comment review, everyone. And here we're going to review some comments I put around the internet, which are turning heads. These comments are changing lives. Forget the Red Cross. Forget the charities of the world. We have the YouTube comment master right here. So here we have the creator put out a comment. Having a Tesla is a personality trait. Funny, relevant, love it. 744 likes. Beautiful. Very, very, very nice. Here we have Rick Troutner from the Rick Troutner Show, of the Rick Troutner Show fame. And his comment, his little cheeky comment, the next video in this series should be, I'm a yogurt girl. Laughter. Put the laughs in. Up the laughs up. All right? 579 likes. So, I have a little less than 150 likes from what the original creator put on the video. And I'm just some asshole that had a little witty comment. And we can see here, it's, we have a close second right here. I'm a Tesla girl in a Tesla world. Life's electric. It's eclectic. So, you know, there's a lot going on in my life when this is the highlight of the show. You know, some vlogs, they're flipping Rolls Royces and they're building mansions and they're blowing shit up. But here, what the viral content I have for you today is reacting to a comment that I put on a video that got over 500 likes. This comment has gotten more likes than any of my episodes have gotten views, but that's fine. The views are coming. Because the being a top commenter on the internet, that's really going to now extend to other areas of this internet business which I am creating, of being just an entertainment juggernaut. So, look, can we sort by top comments? Boom. So it's that comment. Why is that one further down? Why is the one with 300 likes further down? I don't know. But we saw it here. You saw it here first. So I just want to kind of lay the claim down that I am the top commenter. And it's not over yet. We're just getting started, folks. We're just getting started. So now let's swing over to another platform. So we had that comment. We saw how that went over. That thing went well. And there's actually a couple more. So we have that comment. So I want to thank everyone. I want to thank God. Number one, God needs to be thanked for this one, for being the top commenter on the internet. Now let's jump over to another classic. This is gonna be a real classic. This one's gonna be good. This one didn't get as much notoriety, but I'm more personally proud. This is more of a niche comment. You know, the other one was one of the big time hits. That's like Billboard Top 100. You know, mainstream, all the kids are listening to it. They're all vibing to that comment. This comment's more little niche. This is like the B-side track. You know, you may or may not get around to this one, but the true fans of my commenting prowess will now, you know, will appreciate this, because I appreciate this. So if you're a true fan of my commenting abilities, this one's really, really going to get it going for you. So on this other video, now how can I go to the video? Let's go over to this video. I don't want to sell anything online. Get out of my face. So let's scroll down. Let's scroll down a little bit. Now this is on a Brent Paya video. I don't know how to say his freaking name. Brent Paella over here. Another great comedic. This channel should have like 1 million subscribers. His content is actually really great. So I would go watch his content. Some of my favorite ones of his, I may even just react to it right now, because why the F not? So let's go react to one of his videos. I think one of my favorite videos of his. Then we'll get into my comment, because I know that's what you're all hanging on for. You want to see, well, what did you comment? What did you comment on the video? Why was it exciting? Look, we're everything's getting choked up right now. What's going on? Oh man, we're having some technical difficulties here at the show. What are we doing? So I think if we want to get out of let's duplicate the tab. Let's see if we can get back in there. Okay. So that's funny. He's releasing an NFT about one of his comedy bits, which is great. So I think I love his bro sketches. How bros explain the GameStop short squeeze, which is great. I want to see how so if we see here, the way he composited this is pretty good. I mean, he did a pretty clean composite. I'm sure it wasn't that difficult, but he did a pretty clean composite to put him into the frame here 3 times. That laugh is brilliant. This guy's always wiping hand sanitizer on his hand with "I am not deep state." So he has some great little sketches, very funny, definitely funnier than this show. But you're on this show, and I locked the door and I swallowed the key. There's no leaving this show now. You are stuck here. So one of the comments that I left on one of the videos, why is this going so slow? Is it because I'm recording? Is it because I'm maybe doing a bunch of different things? Like what is happening here? Why? Look at this slowness. YouTube, what is going on? Oh, the site can't be reached. Oh, well, that's nice. The site can't be reached. And then, yeah, but you can load that ad just fine, can't you? All right, so let's go over here. So on this latest video, if you like the taste of butter, I would recommend anything, will be scrawled into the annals of comedy history. Now, those of you out there watching may think, oh, look at this moron. You misspelled anals and put anal. And this person pointed out that anal is a part of the anatomy related to the exit point of the gastrointestinal system. So they think they got me. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ, hallelujah, which is the name of this person's channel. Shout out to Thank Lord Jesus Christ, hallelujah out there. They think that they got me. They're like, oh, look, this person's trying to be cheeky, and she or he or they, right? It could be a they. There could be a they out there. So they are like, maybe you didn't mean anal. Maybe you mean anals. And I'm like, nope. I meant anal because I meant that it would be that that quote, if you like the taste of butter, I would recommend anything, will be like a tattoo that you put on the inside of your lip, but instead of being your mouth lip, it'll be your butt lip. And right on the inside of your butt lip, you'll have this line, this great comedy quote tattooed in. So, and whose butthole? Whose butthole? Whose butthole is the one that's going to have this tattoo on the inside of it? Well, that would be no other than Comedy's butthole. Comedy has a butthole, and in Comedy's butthole, I think Comedy should have a tattoo, and that tattoo should say this. So this is a little bit of comment review, comments explained, because sometimes comments, they're just so ethereal. Is that the right word? They're just so, is it ethereal? Ethereal. Not or ethereal. Ethereal should be right. Extremely delicate and light in a way that seems too perfect. Yeah, they're yeah, they're ethereal. The comment is so ethereal. It's too perfect for this world that sometimes it can be misunderstood. So this is definitely the word that I would use to describe this comment. It's too ethereal because this comment is almost too perfect for this world. And we're just getting warmed up, folks. These are just when I proclaimed that I'm the best commenter on the internet, it wasn't just because of one or two comments. I got maybe 3 or 4 comments that really kind of cement my place in internet history as the greatest commenter of all time. So let's keep going through because we're not done yet, folks. So we have that. We have written into the annals of comedy history. That's done. We have that. Look, we have this. This video taught me how to hug a close friend. Boom, someone like that. But see, that only got 1 like. See, that was like a brick shot. I threw the shot up, and even Michael Jordan had to miss a bunch of times. So you don't always perform as you thought you would. Now let's go down. Let's look at some other comments. Now here we go. Here's where I guess the commenting started, where I really was able to rise to prominence here. And we have here where I left the comment, and we have 1 week ago, and I got a reply from the channel creator themselves. And this channel creator, we see it's a channel with 33,000 subscribers. So this channel is 3,300 times bigger than my channel. So that's pretty big. So, we're hitting the big time right here. We're nearly at Mr. Beast levels of what we have going on in this channel. So things are heating up over here. Things are heating up. And my comment got a heart from the channel creator. So we just want to applaud that. Getting some love out here. We're getting some love out here on this commenting and appreciating, some true commenting. And this was a simple comment where he's doing a video about a 2002 Lexus ES 300. And I'm like, hey, dude, I got a 99 ES 300. Great little car. Just passed 170,000 miles. These are facts. This is a factual comment. This one's not even cheeky or funny or any of those things. It is just factual. The creator of the channel loved it. Said that, wow, that is amazing. It's a classic ride. And then I responded, it's a coach edition as well. And then he responded somewhere that said, wow, even more rare or something like that. So let's clap it up for that. And now let's go to the creme de la creme of comments. This is really where I took the gold. This is where I could probably retire. You could put my name up on the wall, and I can go away a hero. So let's see if can I log in here? Login success. Let's see. Can we log in? Are we logged in? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's coming up now. Here we go. So let's go over to this. Oh, boom. There we go. Now we're talking. Here we go. Now, this is where the commenting really gets going. So here we have Gus Johnson. He's another one of these characters. I swear, these comedy people on YouTube, they are just spitting them out in a factory. There is a comedy YouTuber channel that is just spit. Maybe it's the Chinese. Maybe the Chinese have figured out how to make comedy YouTubers real cheap, and they're just spitting them out. The Brents, the Amandas, the Gusses, they're just spitting these out. So now let's go. Here we go. Top comment, absolute perfection. And we put a comment. This profile is like GameStop at $4. Perfection has been achieved. I love the follow-up comments. So Gus Johnson, he has like a few million, subscribers and shit like that on YouTube, and then he put out a post on Instagram saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go and put my shit up on TikTok because there's somebody else putting shit up on TikTok and getting the views as opposed to the guy that created it." So that makes sense. So then I'm like, you know what? I have a perfect comment for this. So I went with my profile, went over, and I said, this profile is like GameStop at $4. And I knew that the kiddies out there were going to like this comment. Even if they did nothing with GameStop, GameStop was such a big story. It was such a meme that I knew that this comment, and as Ashlyn Snyder said, this comment's absolutely perfect. We like the talk. We like the stock. I like this one. Let me like this. I like that one. I'm going to like this one as well. I'm going to like all these, actually. You know what? I like this guy. I like Eater Beater. Don't make sense, but okay. Still laughing, though. Sometimes it doesn't need to make sense to be funny. Sometimes it can just be a little funny. It could just be a little funny. And that's all we really need in the world. And I guess this is kind of the lesson out there. So if you're one of those angry people that goes and calls people, racial slurs and, makes fun of people about their appearance and just kind of puts people down, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Yeah, there shitty content online. There is. I mean, just watch the video that you're watching now. This is not good content. This is not what when whoever created YouTube back in 05, 04, they were thinking about YouTube. They weren't thinking that in 15, 16 years, there would be some almost 30-year-old guy going on YouTube just talking nonsense for hours at a time. They thought they were just going to put up little videos of them at the zoo and just keep putting up videos of them at the zoo. And they thought there's so many animals at the zoo that we could fill up YouTube with just zoo videos. And essentially, that's what YouTube was and is for a long time, because people have little mini zoos inside their house with cats and dogs and lizards and all kinds of other, rabbits and animals that people have. And that really is a big part of YouTube. There's entire channels with hundreds of millions of freaking views the channel's premise is I have a dog, and it's kind of a big dog, and take a look at how this dog lives its life. I swear, aren't there those husky channels? Husky. Let me just put in husky. Let's just put in husky. Here we go. Funny pet videos. No, not funny pet videos. Where's the one where literally the whole channel? There is Zeus the Stubborn Husky. 21 million views. 250,000 subscribers for a channel, Zeus the Stubborn Husky. Dear God, I should just have a channel for my cat, Nala, the Nala, the cheeky cat. I don't know anymore. But I do know that I am the best commenter of all time. I do know. Look at what's happening on TikTok. This is what's happening on TikTok. This is why I don't feel bad about commenting whatever. I could literally just put poop emojis as comments on everything, and it would be fine. Look at this. What is happening here? What is this? This is TikTok. This is TikTok. So that's why I can be. This is why I can be the top commenter on all time, because this is the level of quality that I'm going up against. Look at this. This chick is barely even dancing, and that thing has 300,000 likes. Jesus Christ, 1.6 million. Glad he did the right thing, and his surprise came. Yeah, I would have taken the money. Yep. What is he saying? Oh, this is so fake. This is so fake. This is so fake. This is so fake. This is real. I love this guy. I'm all about the stale cracker. This guy has got it going on. This guy has got it going on. You put that piece of butter in there. You put the garlic. I had a steak like this yesterday. Salt, pepper, garlic powder. Boom. Boom. I like what he's got going on here. Boom. Stop basting. We're going to stop basting. Boom. Woo-hoo-hoo. Couple seconds on each side. Boom. Lock in that flavor. I love this guy. I like this. I'm going to like that. Boom. That's good content right there. Oh, man. This thing's going to get... Everything's going to get demonetized. Everything's getting demonetized now. Damn it. So that's pretty much it. So I wanted to just bring that up. That was the first half of the show. So I know that was very exciting. Why I am the best commenter on the internet. And I mean, you could try leaving your comments down below and you could try to top my commenting abilities, but I just don't think it's going to happen for you. I mean, I welcome the challenge. If you could write a comment under one of my videos that's gotten more likes than I have on other videos, you win a prize. You win a prize. You win a prize. What is the prize? That is under TBA. TBA is the prize. And it may even just be a piece of paper that says TBA. But I don't know. It's TBA. 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 Prizes TBA. Can you launch a contest with the prize being TBA when the prize date being TBA? Imagine the lottery. Imagine you get a lottery ticket and they're like, the drawing is TBA. Stay tuned. Thanks for buying. Thank you for purchasing. The drawing, the lottery drawing is TBA. So let's get back to the dancing, because I have some thoughts about the dancing and I want to get some things off my chest, and I kind of want to just get myself in trouble a little bit because I just do not care anymore. So dancing is partner dancing is a very interesting activity. Partner dance, like you could just go and you could just not dance at an event and no one would really care less whether you danced or not. You know, it's really up to you. It's no one's business. It's no one's business whether you're dancing or not. And it's no one's business. So, but in partner dancing, when partner dancing events are being thrown, see, here's the thing, and it really is. So let's dissect. Let's take about 30 minutes. Let's take about the rest of this episode to dissect the psychology of partner dancing, because partner dancing is different than just going to do normal dancing. If you're just going out and you're going out to do some normal dancing, then you could just go kind of do what you want. But if you're going to a partner dance event, there's like these expectations of, and I would know because I've said this, go watch, I believe, episode 9, where I go over how two people I don't know, that are strangers to me, who have no idea who I am. They don't know if I'm some kind of crazed psychopath. You have no idea. You have no. See, that's the thing about going out in the world. You don't know who the psychopaths are. Psychopaths tend not to wear a badge on the shirt. Now, I don't believe that I am a psychopath, but the people, anybody that you're interacting to for the first time, they don't know that. I mean, they don't know who you are, but. Now, in episode 9, I go over how one of the male dancers at one of these events noticed that at one of these events I didn't really dance. I didn't do any dancing because there's a whole game. There's so many things that go into it, and I'm probably overcomplicating it. But you see people that just get out on the dance floor and that can do these dances, and they seem to do it quite well. Now, as you learn the moves and actually what is involved in it, you can start to see more and more where maybe they're messing up and they're not perfect dancers, but they tend to be pretty good at it. and it seems that they're having a great experience. And one of the things of dancing is having this big smile on your face, and it's more than just doing the moves. And I would definitely admit that the faces that I put while dancing are probably not the most flattering, because I'm just trying to think about staying on the beat and the moves and the what the fuck and the how the fuck, that I probably have faces of a sociopath while dancing. So still tweaking some things to be able to get the dance to kind of flow as a unit. But either way, partner dancing is it's like throwing a wrench into human, male female relationships, because to do partner dancing, and this is so there's so many of these fucking dances, it's absurd. Like one of the views that I have is that, yeah, there's different dances, but how different is a dance really? And the limiting factor of how different a dance could be is how a human body can move. I mean, how many different kinds of moves can a human body do that it's a different dance, or it's just appropriating moves from one dance or another to work into the dance. Now, dances do look very different if you move them in different kind of ways, and I am a complete idiot when it comes to dancing. Imagine studying dance. Imagine dance being like your profession, which it is for like a bunch of people. But I mean, just what a pointless thing is that. I mean, not to say that what I'm doing is not pointless, but I mean, dear God, Jesus Christ. And even as a fun activity, like I went out, I did the dance class. I had maybe 3, 4, 5 dances, and that's about as much dancing. Like, I'm good after that. Like, thank God there's fucking COVID, because if there wasn't COVID, these dance events would be going to 4 a.m. And I mean, what kind of torturous thing is that, to be dancing for literally like 8 fucking hours? Like, you show up somewhere at 8 o'clock at night and you dance until 4 o'clock in the morning. What kind of torturous thing is that? So thank God there's this fucking pandemic, and you can, all these fucking dance events just kind of get shut down real early, and, it's all, not that it matters, you can just fucking leave, which is what I did last night, which is what we're going to get to. So dancing, when you're dancing with partners, you have to be close to this human being, which you've never met before, likely. I mean, maybe you already have a partner. Since I'm not someone who has a partner or is interested in having, some kind of partner, because just dealing with it's already hard enough dealing with myself. So if I have to go deal with someone else's bullshit, I would probably, I'm not even going to say it, but that person wouldn't be around very long. So I don't, and that's actually one of the best ways why dancing is probably such a struggle for me, is because I don't have a partner that I can just go dance and suck with for hours at a time. I have these brief moments where I dance with a stranger, and then, the brief moments where I have the class, and then I do no practicing or training or dancing. And I mean, honestly, if you really actually are dedicated to going to learn how to do dancing, you don't need to spend a dime. Open up a YouTube video. If you have YouTube and you have a partner, you can learn how to dance for free. Honestly, for free. Don't fucking spend money on a dance class. Don't do any of that. Just practice with your partner, especially if it was in COVID. Like, if you were just in the lockdown and you were just, tucked away with some, horrible person for an extended period of time, one of the activities that would be good to do is learning how to dance, because it gives you something to do. Like, if you have a partner, a significant other, going dancing is one of the best, easiest things to do. And I mean, you see a lot of people that go, and this is where the dynamic comes in. So in yesterday's dance class, now you get 2 kinds of people that show up to the dance events. You have couples and novices and kind of losers like me that show up at the dance class. And then there's some of the people stay from the dance class and go into the dance social and start doing the dance social side of it. And then there's people that just do the dance class and leave, and then there's people that just come to the social. So there's the people that come to the class, there's the people that go to the social, and there's a little bit of overlap in between them, but then there's groups that just come to the social and groups that just come to the class. And so a lot of the people, like I said, there's couples, there's things, because it's a great activity. It's a great date night, is to go out and to take a dance class. How fun. Now, what's interesting about that date night is if you're not, and even if you are, which is what I'm going to get to, which is fucking hilarious. But so let's say you're a couple, right? You got your bae, and you and your bae, you're like, oh, you find this dance class on Groupon or on Google or some shit. You're like, let's go learn some dancing. And likely the guy's like, I don't want to fucking go. And then the girl's like, I want to go dancing. And then you go dancing. But now one of the things, now you have the option to, but when you go to a dance class, and here's, I'll give you a little bit what you need to know. Here are the few things that you need to know before going to a dance class. So if you're going as a couple, you're going to be asked at some point if you would want to rotate or not rotate. And rotating is when you rotate dance partners so that everybody in the dance class dances with everybody else. And I mean, that's useful because, obviously part of being a good dancer and being a good lead dancer is that you can lead any shape and size follow to go do the moves in a beautiful, fun kind of way. And that's at least the goal of when you get good at dancing, what you want the outcome to be. Now, if you're a terrible lead and you don't know how to do the dancing, then it doesn't really matter. So yesterday's dance class, there was 2 couples, and then there was maybe another group where it was like 3 or 4 women and a guy, and then maybe a couple other solos, and then there's the 2 female instructors and then the 1 male instructor. So the 2 female instructors, they go around and they rotate. The male instructor doesn't dance with anyone other than one of the other 2 female instructors to show you the move, and then everybody rotates around. So if you're a couple, now your bae, and whatever relationship you have with that person, and however you feel about it, however you feel about other people touching your significant other, you gotta kind of swallow that. You gotta kind of take whatever ego and pride and jealousy and feelings and insecurities, and you kind of shove them down your throat. Because here was a couple, and they were standing right next to me, right? There's this couple, lovely dude, lovely lady, and then they were asked, oh, do you want to rotate? And they're like, oh, sure, rotate. So then moments after that, now this chick is now in front of me, and now we're dancing kizomba. And one of the rules of kizomba, and one of the rules which I violate with kizomba, is that one of the reasons I'm not as good as I probably should about kizomba is that I'm not getting close enough to the partner, which is pretty incredible. So kizomba, this is my chest and stomach. This is her chest and stomach. It has to be like this through most of the dance. And then you may disconnect and do a little spin or something, and then you gotta be reconnected. So her tits and her stomach are gotta be pressed against my tits and my stomach. And if we're not doing the dance right. So now this woman, and it may be your bae, and let's say you're not a dancer, you're not expecting this. So this is you're just in like normal monkey primate brain where it's like, this is my significant other. We have this intimate experience. And if anybody else has an intimate experience with each of us, that is now seen as a violation, as some kind of infidelity, as a problem, right? And now I'm single. I could give a fuck. It doesn't bother me. There is no one that I am concerned about anybody touching for any reason under any circumstance, which I'm going to get back to later if I have enough time. But for this specific instance, So she rotates around, and now we have to do the whole close touchy thing to fucking do the dance. And it kind of goes over all right, but it's an interesting dynamic that, whereas in any other circumstance, it would be there, that would be a problem. It would be a problem. Now, it's just because human beings are just kind of stupid creatures, but it would be a problem if outside a dancing contest, I grabbed your girl, put my arm around her, pressed her tight, and started doing some movements with her. Started doing some movements with her, and laughing, smiling, and joking, and having a great time. That would be a problem. But in the dance world, it doesn't necessarily eliminate the problem, but it almost can't be a problem, because if it was a problem, only couples would nobody would dance with anybody else, and there would be no real partner dancing. It would just be people that are already being couples, which would be kind of shitty for me, because since... Oh, is that nail coming up? Oh, I hope not. Oh, no. My big toenail is like popping up, and because I had this really nasty injury on it, and the last thing I want to do is flick that up, because that would be god awful. I'm gonna have to bandage that up, put like some paper mache around my big toe. So this is the dilemma. This is where human social conventions and relational conventions meet this kind of group activity. And human group activities are a very fascinating cultural phenomenon, because you have people that would... I mean, dancing is almost... You can almost compare the reason why people dance is like the reason why Auschwitz happened, or the concentration camps, or the Holocaust happened. The same kind of motivating factors which push people to dance in couples outside of the couples that they're already in is what pushed what would seem as regular German people to become monsters and gas and murder of millions of people, because it was the group activity of the day. Like, you're not going to go to a dance class and not dance. Is like, you're not going to go to the concentration camp with the gas chambers and not gas a few people. I mean, you got to gas a few people. Like, if you show up and you don't gas a few people, one of the other guards is going to be like, "Hey man, why didn't you gas anybody? Like, you should have gassed a few people, man. You just spent the whole, you've been at this camp for over a month and you haven't gassed anybody yet. I don't know. This guy's suspect. He's not gassing anybody. Like, he needs to. You haven't done any kind of rape or murder or any kind of thing. You need to kind of get with it. And these are the kind of group activities that human beings fall susceptible to, that they would do. So whenever people are wondering how people can do things that they wouldn't normally, otherwise do, that kind of mob behavior, you can kind of blame it on things like dance classes and doing partner dancing, because partner dancing is very much like the Holocaust, which is really what I want to kind of get to. It's the that quote is gonna be taken out of context, and it's gonna and that is what I'll be known for. The guy that compares dance classes to the Holocaust. That's really that is. Should that be the name of this episode? Why dance classes are like the Holocaust? No, obviously it's a joke. It's a joke. I wanted to see if I can make some kind of tenuous relationship between dance classes and the Holocaust. But dance classes, I've had a lot of interesting experience. Last night was actually super exciting, not because of the dancing, but because of the drama around the dancing. So I'll even show you. I mean, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit, man. Let's go to the maps. So let's go over here. So this dance place. So here we have Miami. Let's zoom in. Let's see, like right around here in Little Haiti. So it's like in this little area right here. Let's put the satellite on. Let's move this over here. So I think like right around in here. Let's see. Can we on 69th Street, which is such a great street to have a kind of sexy dance thing on 69th Street. Let's see. Let's pop the little street view guy right here. Whoa. And we see right here. So this, wow, and this actually looks very different than what it is now. So this warehouse right here is where a sexy dance party happens every Thursday night. So if you're out there watching, you're wondering what to do on a Thursday night, well, you can come see the sights and sounds of this milk processing facility and this warehouse where right in here, there will be anywhere from 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 people dancing partner dances. And so to get here, you need to park somewhere around here. So about midway through the class, the dance instructor said that there's tow trucks outside towing away the cars. So I had parked like right around here, but obviously there's people parked over here. There's people parked up and down this street right here. So we ran out, and then that was like the excitement. Like the music started playing. Like the whole rest of the class, you'd be able to skip through like a quick little montage. But now, boom, the movie just starts. There's a tow truck outside. People start sprinting out of the warehouse like it's on fire to go see if their car's the one being towed, myself included. I didn't sprint because I thought, I'm going to be okay, right? Because I'm parked literally in front of the building. But people that were parked over here and over there, I could see where maybe they were concerned that they were going to get towed. And sure enough, one of the people's cars were up on a tow truck, and it just happened to be like, of all of the people that the tow truck could have decided to put on their tow truck, they picked probably the worst one. Like they picked a large animated black woman's car to tow, right? And she was not having it. And I would agree with her for her to not be having it. And so she's arguing, she's yelling at them. She's like, I'm going to burn your business down to the ground. I'm going to find you. You better take my car off your tow truck, because I will find you. I'll find your mother. I'll find your sister. I'll find everybody, and I will take care of them. I'm like, go girl, get them. And she's like, these people are coming out here. They didn't say that you couldn't be parking here, and they're trying to steal people's cars. And then after a while, they release her car, thankfully, and then the tow trucks go and they drive away, and they hightail it like in reverse down the street, and they get out of there. And then you see her, she gets in her car and she speeds down the street after these tow trucks, and people are like, oh my god, is she chasing them? Oh my god. And I kind of hang out around my car because I want to make sure that my car gonna get towed. That's the last thing I need, is to come out and my freaking car's not there and I'm stuck in this industrial warehouse where you're gonna get freaking knifed. So the last thing I want is and like I said, I only need a few dances to be like okay with the night. Like there's a thing about partner dancing. If you don't know how to do partner dancing and you're like, I want to get into partner dancing, I want to learn how to do that, just know this off the top: unless you have a significant other that you can be practicing the YouTube shit with, if you have to go out and dance with strangers and maybe you're not all that sociable and things like that, then the first probably 3, 6, 12 months of dancing is just going to be a shit fest. It's going to suck. Because you're not going to be having a good time, because you're going to be trying to remember the moves that you remember dancing, and as you're trying to remember them and thinking about doing them, you're going to be messing up your timing for the song, and then the person you're dancing with, who's a stranger who likely hasn't taken the class that you're taking. This is at the social. If you're dancing with a partner in class, I tend to do all right. I tend to get the move and I'm able to do it. But once I'm out on my own on a social and actually having to do it with music and tie these moves together, it is god awful. So if you go out there and you do start dancing, just be prepared to suck for an extended period of time with a bunch of strangers. And now you can see that as like, oh man, how embarrassing, or fuck these strangers. You don't know them fucking anyways. So even if they have a shitty time, who the fuck cares? You get what you need out of it, which is a little bit more practicing time so that you could suck just a little bit less, which will get you closer to potentially maybe actually having fun dancing at some point in the future. Because that's the thing with partner dancing. The fun doesn't come at the beginning. The fun comes after a lot of pain, a lot of struggle, a lot of embarrassment, a lot of rejection, a lot of just frustration and just utter failure. Then hopefully, I mean, maybe not. Maybe I do this shit for a few years and I still suck in a few years. And I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go, but I definitely suck fucking now. I think I suck less than I did 6-8 weeks ago when I started, but I still suck very much. So I know in the last episode, I talked about this one girl I danced with, which I had probably the most human connection with, where she wasn't part of the class. Because like I said, she was part of the Venn diagram that didn't go to the class. It just showed up to the social. And now it tends to be that people that just show up to the social are already good dancers. Like they don't need the class. They come. They already know how to dance. They want to dance with people who know how to dance and to be able to have a good time or improve their dancing or do whatever it is they want to do. But sometimes those people bring their friends who have no idea about the dancing or just learned it from like their grandma or something, and you know, there, especially with bachata, there is the bachata that people think they know bachata because they dance with their grandma, and then there's actual bachata where there's specific steps and moves and things that you need to do. One of the big things of which is, as a lead, being able to prepare your follow for the move you're about to do, which requires foresight and planning. And if you don't have the muscle memory of the move, in the time it takes for the song to get from one section, you know, one count to the next count, you already need to have your whole next count planned out. And even before the count starts, right before the last count ends, you need to do some kind of move to transition the follow into the move that's going to come next. And if you don't do that, the follow is going to be very confused. You're likely going to trip over each other, and then you're going to get off beat, and it's just going to be kind of miserable. So at one of these classes, there was this lady. She seemed that she came alone. And you know what? I'm gonna say her fucking name because it's kind of relevant. Her name is Molina. Now, Molina is an ugly name. I'm gonna just say. Now, Rick is it could be an ugly name as well, because Rick could be made into Rick the Dick, and I mean that's really like the primary kind of slight and insult you can make with that name. You could just change out the R for D, because people call it, you know, people who have the name Rick could be called Dick, and it's not, I mean, I don't know how offensive it is, because what was arguably one of the most powerful people of all time, Dick Cheney, his name was Dick. So, I mean, if you're going to be a dick, at least be a dick of the highest order. You know, if you're going to be a dick, be like Dick Cheney. So, you know, I think I've probably said before in this show that, you know, I'll likely end up being nothing or like the fucking president. So I may be the big dick on campus, but we don't know yet. But, you know, so having a name Dick doesn't kind of limit what your capabilities are. And you don't need to be well liked or even do good things for humanity, but you could still be kind of fucking Dick Cheney. And I mean, you know, for all the horrible things he did, he still did them. So there's this great quote, I don't know who it's by, who it's attributed to, but it's this idea that, you know, there's the people that run shit in the world, and the people that run shit in the world, they go and do shit while you read about it and talk about it. So there's people out there right now that are starting wars, overthrowing governments, you know, doing all kinds of things, and then there's people that are talking about it and reading about it and being like, oh my God, what is happening? And, you know, getting all concerned about it. And then while you're getting concerned about the last thing they did, they're doing the next thing that then you're going to be all shocked and concerned about. So those are the kinds of people. And that quote's attributed to like a Rumsfeld, Karl Rove, Dick Cheney type of character, which, you know, just couldn't give a fuck and just does kind of whatever they've wanted to do in life, you know, on a very grand scale, and have affected millions of people's lives for the better, for the worse, as many would argue. And So this woman Molina, I danced with her in the class. So I think I've seen her 3 times now. The first time I saw her in a class. I don't think I danced with her in the social. The second time I saw her, I think I danced with her one dance at a social, and I was probably terrible at it. And then I would ask her after that if she wanted to dance. And I mean, understandably, she said no. But then in last night's dance, saw her, I'm not a friend or anything, but familiar face came up, said hi, and I did the thing that I was pressured to do, which is to dance. Because like I said before, somebody had told me, hey man, if I don't see you dancing at the next event, I'm going to kick you out. And I mean, it's like, who the fuck are you to say that you're going to kick me out for any reason, for doing anything? Why don't I throw you in the trunk and throw you into a lake if you are dancing? Maybe if I see you dancing too much, maybe I throw you in a trunk and throw you into a lake. I mean, I don't know. Like, how do you say that to someone you don't know, that you're going to kick someone out of a public place for not dancing? Like, what kind of psychotic shit is that? So these are the kinds of things that you're going to experience while dancing. And the reasons I have for maybe not dancing is because I suck at it, because it's frustrating, because it's a bit stressful, and because it's all not that much fun. And, to anybody else, like, dancing so much fun. And I'm sure it is if you're good at it. If you're good at it and you can step into a dance and you could do the moves and you have the confidence and the know-how and everything can run smoothly, I'm sure it is a lot of fun. But no one just pops out of their mom and knows how to freaking dance. Maybe they do. Maybe there's a baby that's popped out with, dancing shoes and a dancing hat and is, doing the dance, doing a jig right out of the womb. But I don't think that's the case. I think that everybody has to go through their own sucky period until they become someone. Now, what would make it easier is that if you go through that sucky period as a kid, if you learn these dances. So if you're out there and you think that dancing is a valuable thing socially for some, which I definitely see the value socially, because normally if you just go to a bar and you just go to a normal establishment, it's really kind of a miserable, depressing place. Like, if you're going there and you're already with a group of friends, I guess it's okay. But if you're going there kind of solo with the expectation of meeting someone there, it's really kind of a sad, depressing thing. But dancing, at the very least, it gives you an activity to do. Because, I mean, who came up with this idea of going to meet people at a fucking bar like that, or at a club? Like, that is the most tortuous thing that I've ever heard, that you have to go and interact and have an interaction with someone, which includes verbal speaking over very loud music, over drinks, over, a million other people and distractions. And now you're supposed to have an intimate conversation with someone. That is lunacy. That is lunacy. People should be meeting each other in the library and having very quick conversations. Where are you from? Are you from? How often do you come here? And be able to actually understand each other, instead of at a freaking bar where you can't even hear your own fucking voice and you're expected to hear what other people are saying, which you've never seen or heard them before, so you don't know their speech patterns, you don't know what they could be talking about. It's just really a shitty system. So dancing, at the very least, allows you to communicate with someone without having to speak. And it allows you to kind of get a feel for a person without having to speak. And I mean, if you're good at dancing, someone can get a good feeling off of you. But if you don't know what you're doing, someone's going to get a bad feeling off of you, which is what I believe happened to this woman, Molina, who now, so when I went up to her, she's doing a little dance, and not because I necessarily wanted to dance with her, but because I was saying hi to her anyways, because I had seen her before, and just kind of being polite, I asked her to dance, and she turned me down. She's like, no, and the no was like, there ain't no fucking way I'm dancing with you, dude. I danced with you before. You do not know what you're doing. That shit would not be fun. And she kind of made it like, oh no, I'm not dancing with anyone. Now, this may have been my own, I'm thinking, oh, she's not, it's like one of those where a girl tells you, oh no, I'm not into doing anything, I'm not feeling. I once had a girl tell me that, where she just, she wasn't feeling like, now we're talking about hooking up and doing things like that. We're just in general, she didn't feel it. If a girl ever tells you that she doesn't want to do anything because she's just not feeling it in general, that's a lie. What she's saying is she doesn't want to do anything with you. Like, and this is something that you should probably know, but it since it's an ego blow, no matter what, you want to be able to think to yourself, oh, it's not me, it's her. But no, don't think that, because don't think that. No, it is you. It is you. So she turns me down. She's like, no, like the face she gave was of utter contempt for not wanting to dance with me. And I'm not upset about it. I understand. I wouldn't want to dance with me. I'm surprised anybody wanted to dance with me. And the point of it is, this is why I may not have been dancing as much as people that are fucking complete strangers to me, but are my dancing colleagues and peers. They're not. They're just fucking strangers. But that would be like, why aren't you dancing? Because I wouldn't think it would be very fun to dance with me. To anyone, if you're watching this and I have danced with you, I want to thank you. I always thank anybody I dance with, because I know it probably wasn't much fun, but I was at least able to get some practice out of it and get just a little bit better, to just suck maybe just a little bit less. So I do appreciate you if you did dance with me. And if you didn't, no ill will, not angry towards it. Molina, if you're watching, you're not, but if you're watching this, there's no ill will. I do kind of think your name's kind of shitty though, because I mean, it's not that I don't have a shitty name. Any name you can twist, but Molina, it's not a very pleasant name, because it kind of sounds like mole. It's just not a pleasant word. Maybe if there was Marina, maybe if her name was maybe she should just change her name to Marina or some shit like that. But Molina just sounds like a mole. Like, all I can think about when I think of that name is mole. Like, you're just one big mole. So, but lovely lady, other than that, and I understand, but it was just one of those things where this is all a me introspection. And the introspection was, so I get turned down. She's like, I ain't dancing with you, dude. And then in my mind, for a split second, my stupid brain was like, oh, she just doesn't want it. She just wants to dance on the side. She doesn't want to dance. And I went over the story of where she probably didn't hear because the music's fucking blasting. Where I'm like, oh, I was just asking you to dance because there's a pressure to dance. Just standing on the sidelines of a dance event, if you do that for too long, it's a problem. It's a fucking problem. So I'm either dancing or I'm in my car. I'm either dancing or I'm in my car. If I'm not dancing, and there's been a couple dances, I'm not feeling it to get into a dance, or the follows, I've already kind of burnt all the bridges with the ladies I've already danced with, and I already know they probably don't want to dance with me again. I'll kind of go retreat to my car and kind of hang out, and then come back and see if, maybe I'll go and give it another try. But just standing around for too long, people notice that. And if you go back to episode 9, there was that lady that she was walking around, and she wasn't even fucking dancing. She was going around fucking recording people dancing and just standing over to the side. And then I asked her to dance, and she had the balls to tell me, you don't dance. I haven't seen you dance once. You don't dance at all. I'm not dancing with you. So I've gotten rejected a few times dancing, which happens. I've seen even the good dancers get rejected. Sometimes people just don't want to dance, and I mean that's fine. There's nothing to be upset at. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no Nazi rule that you have to go and you have to dance, which is what irked me about people fucking telling me that I needed to dance. Like, dude, you need to shut your fucking mouth is what you need to do. Instead of fucking telling me whether I need a fucking dance or not, you need to shut your fucking mouth. Maybe I want to come to every fucking dance event and just fucking watch people dance. Maybe I want to go to every dance event and make TikToks about people dancing, because dancing for me is not a fun experience yet. Dancing for me is work. Dancing, partner dancing until you get good at dancing is fucking work. Hard work. Might as well be in a mine shaft, kicking away at rocks. Then that is equivalent to partner dancing. So partner dancing is like the Holocaust, and it's like being stuck a mile underground in a horribly dangerous, poisonous mine. That is what dancing is like. So I hope that you go out dancing, watching this video. I hope this video inspired you to go out there and start dancing and have all these experiences of people telling you, oh yeah. And then so the point of it was, I think, oh, she just doesn't want to dance with anyone. And then sure enough, so I, exchanged a couple of that. Then I realized that I'm really the one that's kind of extending this interaction longer than probably she would have ever wanted it to. That she's just kind of smiling and being civil just because she probably doesn't know if I'm a sociopath or not. So she's just laughing and being civil. And then, so I just kind of walk away after a while. And I have no reason, like, oh, you're going to dance with me? Hey, that's fine. But there's really no other reason for us to interact with each other. So, sure enough, later in the night, somebody comes up, multiple people come up, and she dances with probably most of the room. She probably danced with every dude in that room except for me. Probably not, but just for the sake of the joke, she probably danced with every dude in that room except for me, which tells you how great a dancer I really am. So, and I have nothing against that, but that was a classic, because usually, if you're not, see, that's where dancing can bring out these, like, you get to see how people interact with other people. So you get to know if it's you or not. There's this other girl that I dance with. She was sitting over to the side. I'm like, hey, let's dance. And there's something that you learn, if you just go to a couple dance classes, where it's very important, where you need to have a firm grip. You don't want to be holding tight and hurting someone's hand, but it should be firm, because if it's not firm and I push to do a move or push to go here and you're floppy, then your body's not going to move. Your arm's just going to stretch, but it's not going to initiate the body movement that is desired. So without there being that body movement, if you have and what they call it is spaghetti arms. So this girl had spaghetti arms, and it made my suckery of dancing just become all the more apparent, because I'd be trying to do a move and it felt like I was dead, like my arms were loose. And then I realized that it wasn't me, because I saw her dance with somebody else and she had the same just kind of deadness, the dyingness to it. And there was actually a moment where I went out, I was retreating to my car, and I passed by her, and she was just kind of staring blankly into fucking space. So you never know what state someone's head is in. And I can imagine I was one of those people. In the last dance event I went to, I literally got asked, hey, are you having a good time? And I kind of paused for the moment, and I thought about, am I having a good time? And I'm pretty sure I lied, and I said, yes. And I said it kind of like that with the hesitation. So that group of people didn't want to dance with me very much long after that either. Like, there was a very interesting shift. This was at the last dance event where we did the dance class. I did it, and I showed up super late. And, so I didn't really know the moves, but I know enough about the basic dance that I can actually, I can at least start to put the move together, even if I didn't see it. Like, because again, even though there's fucking 100 dances, there's only so many moves you can do with the human body. So once you kind of get your head around, whatever, the 100 moves or something that you can do, you can pretty much do any kind of dance. Then the hard part is then sticking to the beat and the step pattern or whatever. So did the little class, and then I went up, the one of them, she said to me, she's like, oh, you smell real good. And I had to pause and I had to think, now wait a minute. Before I came in here, I smoked a good amount of weed and I doused myself in cologne. So are you saying I smell good because I smell like weed? Or are you saying I smell good because I've doused myself in cologne? So I asked her, I'm like, when you say I smell good, what do you mean? Because I have two smells going on. This is how I said it to her. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, because I have the cologne. She's like, you smell good like cologne. I'm like, well, that's good, because usually people use cologne to mask. And I'm saying all this to her. I'm like, usually people use cologne to mask other smells. And she's like, oh yeah, you smell like weed too. I'm like, bingo, bango. And she's like, well, we partake as well. I'm like, oh, fantastic. So, but after that, I kind of went and I guess I got in my own head or something, and then maybe I didn't, maybe I don't know what it did, but there was just kind of a complete turnaround into how, going from complimenting how I smell, which I didn't expect to get complimented on how I smell, which is going to bring me to the last part of this story, and then just kind of getting kind of a cold shoulder and not really knowing where the shift happens, which brings me to the last story. There's, again, I've been going to these dance classes and shit for like the past couple weeks. So one of these classes, there was maybe like very few people. It was, maybe there was like 4 follows and the dance instructor and like 4 leads. There's these 2 women there that had come from some other fucking country, and it seemed like they hadn't done much of this dancing, but we were doing, and again, we're doing the kizomba dance where you have to be very close, very, very close to each other. And I think either that day I'd done one of 2 things. I'd either gone to a junkyard and gotten some junkyard car parts for my car. I think I got some fresh wheels for my car from the junkyard. Or I had I had made some garlic steak. So I'd cut up, garlic with my finger tips and then ate some garlic. So I probably had a nice, garlic stench to it. Maybe I did both. So I had, car oils and liquids and fluids and dirt and grime and garlic on there, all kind of mixed together, then with a nice cologne with a little bit of weed aroma and all that kind of one big stew. So we're doing this dance class, and then there's 2 classes. So there's the kizomba class and there's a bachata class. So the kizomba class goes and I dance with these couple of follows and I do all this shit, and then I go into the kizomba class, or I go into the bachata class, and then one of the women, she like jumps out of the rotation. She ends up dancing with my friend, and kind of stays with him, and then the social starts, and they both have kind of a significant other or someone they know had shown up, and they kind of couple off, and they were in that Venn diagram where they were very much in the class, and they kind of faded out as the night went on. So couple weeks after that, my friend tells me, he's like, oh, did you know that those girls, they stopped dancing with you because you stunk, because you smelled? And this was news to me. And I mean, there's definitely people that I've danced with who have fucking stunk, that everybody has their smell. Sometimes you like someone's smell, sometimes you don't like someone's smell. Now, I'm pretty sure I had showered or done whatever, but smells are a very interesting thing when it comes from people, because there could be someone's stench that you find appealing because whatever the biochemical reaction is. So smells are a very subjective thing. So now my friend was telling me this because he was trying to manipulate me into doing something else. So he's using this whole argument of smells, and of smells being, a certain way, and that, because of what I had done that day, I smelled a certain way, which put off these people that I didn't know, number one. I didn't fucking care about, and I could care less if I ever saw them again or if they got hit by a bus walking out of that fucking place. So it was a very interesting kind of manipulation tactic to say that, I shouldn't have been doing the things that I did that day to not smell that way, to not put off people, which I could give a shit about. So now, if that is the case, now maybe that was all made up. Maybe my friend just kind of said that shit to me, but if it was the case, so now the only way you would know that is if they told him that, because if they didn't, then he's just making it up. But if they had told him that puts an interesting mark of the psychology where those people, strangers, all fucking strangers, then go to another stranger and be like, that, which is maybe your friend or not, that dude fucking smells and I don't want to dance with them. I don't want to dance with them because they fucking smell. And it's like, oh, really? Well, how about I don't want to dance with you because you have fake tits and you really don't know how to dance and you're kind of horrible at it, even from my novice point of view. Even from me sucking at dancing, maybe you suck even more at dancing, that you make me a worse dancer than I need to be. So there's a lot of like tension. And then let me get to the last bit of tension with I know this episode, there wasn't really a point to it. I just kind of wanted to get these things off my chest. I kind of had these ideas rolling around. I may have a cleaner version of it. I'm sure this is gonna get removed off of YouTube because I'm harassing people and I'm calling them out. I'm calling out by name. I mean, it's everything. Everything is wrong with this episode, and that's fine. I don't expect this YouTube channel to be around long anyways. But so the last thing is that the dance instructor, he has an ex-girlfriend, right? And it's apparent. And if you go see, you can see him doing dance instructing videos with what was at his time his girlfriend. And these dancing people take this fucking dancing shit way too seriously, in my opinion. And these dancing people, what they end up doing is they go to these socials just to dance. Like, there's a very impersonality to it. Like, it's very personal, but it's very impersonal. Like, you're very close to someone, you're touching, you're very intimately close with someone, compared to what you would be, if you weren't dancing. But yet it's very impersonal because you're going to do the same thing to everyone, which makes it a very interesting, like, if you're not a dancer, you would think that every time someone has a dance with someone, they're cheating on you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you would almost consider every time someone has a dance with someone else, oh, you're cheating on me. But in the dancing community, that's like almost a requirement that if you come, and let's say you're a couple and you and your significant other come, the expectation is that you're going to dance with a whole bunch of people and your significant other is going to dance with a whole bunch of people. And, they may have better experiences, worse experiences, whatever. Now, where the line is that at the end of the night, you still go home with the person that you came with and go do whatever jiggery pokery that you're going to do. And to kind of tie up the loose end of the story about the couple that was next to me last night. So there was a very interesting moment. So I danced with her. Obviously, I didn't dance with her boyfriend or the man that she was with. And he was dancing with, everybody rotating through. But I was dancing with her as everybody else was. Everybody danced with his girl. There was another couple where they chose not to rotate, so they just kind of danced with themselves and stayed with it themselves, which is, I think, a less boring thing to do. If you're gonna go fucking do the dancing, do you really want to be up close to that same fucking person that you've been seeing every fucking day? Like, that's boring. That is just horrifying. So if you are going to go into dancing, it would be more fun for you to just let go and release and let your significant other dance with whoever they want to dance with, instead of kind of holding them all to yourself. And then, but what was interesting about this is, we do the little dance class. I don't dance with her at all the rest of the night, because the Kizomba dance class, we dance a little bit. And then the Bachata class, they split it up into intermediate and beginner. And then I did the beginner one time, and I realized just how basic it was. So I kind of wanted to do the intermediate. So I've been jumping in the intermediate, even though I'm probably not intermediately skilled. But I mean, you could do the fucking moves. It's not fucking rocket science. So you could do the intermediate moves. But then, later in the night, I'm out. I've retreated to my car, and I'm, hanging out by my car. And, my vision's probably not the best, especially at night, from looking at a fucking phone screen, for 30 fucking years. And, so they're walking out, and the girl goes to me. She's walking with her boyfriend. She turns and she's like, "Hey, have a good night." And I look over now, the boyfriend's closer to me. She's further away from me. So she's looking over and telling me that, and I politely, "It was fun. Have a good night as well." And then the boyfriend doesn't reciprocate that, like, "Hey man, cool, good night. He says nothing. He just kind of stares over at me, and then they both walk away and, have a night. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's this little confusion, a little bit of rage in that dude's head, especially if that was like their first dance event where he just saw his chick dance with like a bunch of fucking dudes, dance with me, smile with me, not because I was doing anything particularly special, just doing the dance move semi-correctly, and being that dancing is considered a fun activity. That's where some of the laughs and the smiles came. But I can imagine there being a little nugget of just like, what the what? But what can you do? Don't go to a fucking dance event. You know what I mean? And that's really kind of, I think, I don't know, I may talk more about this later, but it's a very interesting dynamic. All in all, it's all been fun. Like, I've been able to explore my own psyche and my own psychosis and kind of my own psychology and see how it kind of goes through. I mean, last week when I had that moment with that girl where she rested her head on my chest, and then never, I tried contacting with her and never fucking heard from her again. It was a very interesting thing. Like, I don't know how people end up in couples. I don't know how couples happen nowadays. Like, I've been in one relationship since I've been out of school, and it's because literally I was living in the same house as that person, and it just kind of, I don't know how you engage in relationships outside of school or work. It doesn't make sense. Like, some people can do it. Some people can go out there, meet someone new, and then they're fucking best friends like that. And then they spend the rest of their lives together or whatever the fuck, or I don't know how to do that. To me, a fucking strange, I'm always on sociopath alert, and I know other people are on sociopath alert. So I don't know, I just don't know. I'm not good at it. I haven't been good at it. I've never been good at it. I don't know how to get good at it. And that for my downfall. This is why I'm putting these episodes out there, because I think the only way that people will actually get to know me probably is if they go watch these episodes. So as I continue putting these out, at whatever point I start putting the clips out, that's just going to be, hey, fuck the small talk. Just go watch my YouTube videos. If you're really interested in getting to know me, I have 10, 20, 100 hours of me just talking where you could probably get to know every little nuance about my psyche, and maybe it's entertaining and maybe it's not, but you'll at least get to know me. So if you really want to get to know me, let's not talk in a fucking a loud ass, nightclub or a bar in some place where that communication isn't good. Just watch the YouTube videos, and then let's just spend a lot of quiet time together, nice and peaceful, very quiet. Let's cut out all the commotion. Let's just nice and smooth, nice and suave. It doesn't need to be so loud. It can, you can have that comfort for someone. That's what they say, that the best relationships are ones with people where you can spend a whole day and not say a word to each other and, be okay with it. Like, that's a relationship worth keeping. And I agree with that. That's the relationship. I'm looking for a talkless relationship. If all of our communication could be through YouTube videos that I put out where I just talk and insult people and make horrible jokes and, do things that will probably get me canceled and, all these fun things. If I could just do all that, you can watch it. You can get to know me. Now, look, I have a very practical example that I'm going by. Let's look at, if you're on YouTube, you likely know of the channel PewDiePie, and PewDiePie was able to find a wife through the internet. He literally found his wife through the internet. There's literally, his wife was like, oh, I like this guy, and fucking found him, stalked him, found him. They met up somewhere. I guess it's just European. This is very fucking European, that whole relationship. Very fucking European. And now they're married, and then their wedding. How many views did the PewDiePie fucking wedding get? Imagine your wedding video being viewed like this. His wedding video probably got viewed more times. Look at this. More times than like the world's almost 38 million views. 38 million views for a fucking wedding. That's a lot of people watching a wedding. I mean, that's like a hit, a super smash hit TV show. 40 million views. I mean, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Look at a PewDiePie selling fucking face masks. Should I make a face mask that just says, my breath stinks right on the front? Or I smell right on the front? And then that's just the mask. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. This has already gone 30 minutes too long. Thank you for watching this episode. If you're any of the people that I insulted, leave a comment down below. If you've been partner dancing and you've had to deal with the awkwardness of your partner or being a partner and dancing with other people, leave a comment down below and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the next episode because it should really be a barnstormer.